Now on for 15 to 1.
David Alcorn from Ballymoney in County Antrim, Philip Cunnington from Boscombe in Dorset, Sean McCloy from Mansfield in Nottinghamshire, Anthony Martin from Kirby in Merseyside, Anna Stone from Dartford in Kent, Vic Gunter from Galston in Great Yarmouth, Mike Neal from Earlham in Greater Manchester, Myrtle Maxwell from Scotstoun in Glasgow, Stanley Sharpless from Highcliffe in Dorset, Stephen Morris from Willesden Green in London, Paul Ruddick from Broome in Somerset, Jack Byrne from Warrington in Cheshire, Nick Wilson from Salisbury, Pam Gordon from Shardlow in Derbyshire, and Ron Rowe from Ely in London are all here to play 15 to 1. Introduced by William G. Stewart.
Thank you. Hello, our previous winner is our reigning champion Anthony Martin, who has appeared in 4 grand finals, of which he has won 2. Welcome back, Anthony. There's the finals board. You must know it by heart by now. And Anne Horsfall and Stephanie Thwaites must have bitten their fingernails to the quick, wondering if we're going to see a score above 131, which would rob one of them of a place in tomorrow's grand final. Let's make a start. 2 questions each in the first round, 1 correct answer from you to survive, and we start with David Alcorn from Ballymoney in County Antrim. You ready, David?
I am.
Poetry, Wordsworth. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. What did?
I don't know.
Daffodils from his poem. Philip, please. The 13-ton bell of the Palace of Westminster Clock Tower is named after the first Commissioner of Works of the Palace of Westminster. What was his name?
Big Ben.
Sir Benjamin Hall. Sean, please. Shakespeare and films. Which play connects Laurence Olivier in a 1944 film and Kenneth Branagh in a 1989 film in which they both played the title role and directed the film?
No, sorry.
Henry V. Anthony, please, the USA. Richard Daley is the mayor of a major US city. He is the son of Boss Daley, who was mayor of the same city from 1955 to 76. Which city?
Chicago.
Anna, please. The Pilgrimage of Grace, a series of rebellions in protest about the dissolution of the monasteries, took place in the reign of which king?
Henry VIII.
Yes, Anna. Vic, please. Which explorer claimed the east coast of Australia for Great Britain in 1770?
Cook.
Yes, James Cook. And Mike, in which group of islands, which he had named the Sandwich Islands, was Captain James Cook killed in 1779?
The Polynesian, Tahiti.
The Hawaiian Islands. Myrtle, please. Michael Aspel. What did he do when working at the BBC from 1957 to 1968?
A children's programme.
The answer on my card said he was a TV newsreader, which he was, but I think I remember that he actually did present Crackerjack during that time, so yes, okay. Stanley, field sports. It starts in England on the glorious 12th and finishes on December 10th. What does?
Grouse shooting.
Yes, and ptarmigan as well, incidentally. Stephen, born Florence Nightingale Graham and a nurse by training, who was the American businesswoman who opened her first beauty salon on Fifth Avenue in 1908?
Elizabeth Arden.
Yes, she's the one. Paul, what was the popular name of the military treaty signed between the USSR and 7 East European countries in 1955, disbanded in 1991?
The Warsaw Pact.
Jack, please. Which palace on the River Thames is this? Cardinal Wolsey first began work on it in 1514. Charles II added gardens reminiscent of those at Versailles, and George II was the last monarch to live there.
St James's.
Hampton Court on the Thames. Nick, George V sat on the throne through it. Herbert Asquith and David Lloyd George were prime ministers during it. Which conflict?
First World War.
Pam, the heads of state of the Republic of Ireland and France are the presidents. How long in both cases is the presidential term?
7 years.
Ron, please. 20th century literature. This Side of Paradise, The Last Tycoon, The Great Gatsby. The author, please.
Sorry.
F. Scott Fitzgerald. Your second question, David. Zeno in the 5th century and Constantine the 11th in the 15th century were the first and last rulers of which empire? The Byzantine Empire. Philip, please. Proverbs. You can't make a silk purse out of what?
Sow's ears.
A sow's ear. Sean, which Scandinavian country's royal anthem is entitled King Christian and has the first line, King Christian stood by the lofty mast?
Norway.
Denmark. Anthony, please. Food. Coburg, Vienna and Bloomer are types of what?
Loaves, bread.
Yes, they are. Anna, botany. The adjectives cordate, ovate and hastate describe what?
Shapes of leaves.
Vic, please. Which phrase has come into the English language from the French and means those artists, writers and musicians whose ideas are experimental or innovative?
No.
Avant-garde. Mike, please. In which of the sciences are Sir William Herschel and his son Sir John Herschel, both born in the 18th century, distinguished names?
Astronomy.
Yes, Mike. Myrtle. Which French phrase, literally meaning in sequence, may be used in booking hotel accommodation and is sometimes seen in descriptions of houses for sale?
Terrace.
Ensuite. Stanley. In which indoor game is the world amateur champion Manoj Khatari of India and the world professional champion Mike Russell of England?
Table tennis.
Billiards. Stephen. From the Book of Common Prayer. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Which of the 10 commandments is that?
The fourth.
Paul, please. Theatre. The Berliner Ensemble Theatre Company, established in East Berlin in 1949, was primarily associated with the works of which German playwright?
Wagner.
Bertolt Brecht. Jack, please. Australia. Which is the only mainland state to have coastlines on the north of the continent, the south of the continent and the west of the continent?
Western Australia.
Just Jack. Nick, 20th century theatre. Are you lonesome tonight? No more sitting on the old school bench and having a ball. The Merseyside writer, please.
No idea.
Alan Bleasdale. Pam. Films. Said by the actor-comedian Joe E. Brown to a man dressed as a woman played by Jack Lemmon. Nobody's perfect. That's the last line of which 1959 American classic comedy?
Some like it hot.
And wrong. Mathematics, geometry. Complementary angles are two angles which total how many degrees?
180.
90. Three down, 12 to go. Laura, please.
And they are David Alcorn, Sean McCloy and Ron Rowe. And of the remaining 12 contestants, 4 still have their 3 lives intact.
Philip, there are 60 questions in this pack. Question number 1 is coming your way. An incorrect answer to it will cost you one of those lives, and I'll move along to Anthony. Give me a correct answer and we can start nominating. Are you ready?
Yeah.
STN are the international identifying letters for which British airport?
Stansted.
Number, please.
Number 9.
Stanley, which city port in Ireland stands on the River Lee? Clock. Just, Stanley. Yes. A number, please.
14.
Pam, what is the code word for the letter G in radio communications?
Greta.
Golf. Again, please, Stanley.
4.
Anthony, what is sericulture?
Growing silk.
Yes, the production of raw silk. A number, please.
Number 13, please.
Nick, which American film director, a member of the Monty Python team, made the films Time Bandits in 1981, Brazil in 1985, The Adventures of Baron von Munchausen in 1989, and recently The Fisher King, starring Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges?
Terry Gilliam.
Yes, that's him. A number, please.
Number 5, please.
Quotations, Anna, from Oscar Wilde, Lady Windermere's fan. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are what?
Proud of it.
Looking at the stars. Again, please, Nick.
Number 2, please.
Philip, what name is shared by a type of African antelope and one of a pair of small drums?
Snare.
Bongo. Again, please, Nick.
Number 8, please.
Folklore, Myrtle. Baba Yaga, the witch who lives in a hut which stands on chicken legs, is a character in the folklore of which country?
India.
Russia. Again, please.
Number 10, please.
Stephen, building. What are open bond, stretcher bond, and English garden wall bond?
Types of brick.
No, they're methods of bricklaying. Again, please.
Number 11.
Paul, The full moon nearest the autumnal equinox is called what?
Harvest moon.
A number, please.
4.
Anthony, mythology. Which goddess was the mother of the Trojan hero Aeneas?
Aphrodite.
A number, please.
At number 12.
Jack, which metric unit of measurement is equal to 1.76 pints?
A litre.
A number, please.
Number 4, please.
Sculpture, Anthony. What is portrayed in a piece of sculpture called a quadriga?
A chariot with 4 horses.
Yes, it is. A number, please.
At number 11.
Television, please, Paul. What is the name of the Australian television programme set in a women's prison?
Cell block H.
Yes, prisoner cell block H, yes. A number, please.
7.
Mike, Cricketh Castle, Harlech Castle and Conway Castle are all in which Welsh county?
Gwynedd.
Thanks for the smile. Now a number, please, Mike.
Number 4, please.
Anthony, the USA. Which famous bell hung in Independence Hall in Philadelphia?
The Liberty Bell.
A number, please.
At number 10.
Stephen, Ecce Homo, or Behold the Man, is a title often used of pictures of Christ wearing what?
The Crown of Thorns.
A number, please.
Number 6.
Vic, the death of which playwright was the climax of the film Prick Up Your Ears?
William Shakespeare.
Joe Orton. Again, please.
Number 7.
And Mike, how many sides does a quindecagon have?
50.
15. Again, please.
Number 8.
Myrtle, classical music. Who wrote the opera Gloriana for the Queen's coronation in 1953? Benjamin Britten. Again, please, Stephen.
Number 9.
Stanley, in which English county are Windsor Castle and Eton School?
Berkshire.
A number, please.
13.
Nick, a former First Lady of the United States. She wrote a newspaper column called My Day and was chairwoman of the United Nations Commission on Human Rights from 1946 to 51. Her name, please.
Lady Bird Whistle.
No, Lady Bird was the wife of Lyndon Johnson, Eleanor Roosevelt. Again, please.
12.
Jack, on which island are King Frederick VI's coast and King Christian IX's land?
Christmas Island.
Greenland. Again, please.
2.
Philip, what term, originally meaning the removal of meat before Lent, is now used to refer to any festive occasion marked by merrymaking?
Revels.
Carnival. Again, please.
4.
Anthony, who was the last king of Lydia who died in the 6th century BC and who was renowned for his enormous wealth?
Croesus.
A number, please.
At number 9.
Stanley, what colour does an alkali turn litmus?
Green.
Blue. Please, Anthony.
Number 7.
Mike, in which national daily newspaper does the city whiz kid Alex have his own cartoon strip?
Independent.
No, the Daily Telegraph now. Anthony, please.
At number 6.
Vic, who in the recent cabinet reshuffle, after being relieved of his previous cabinet post, declined to take up the Prime Minister's offer of Welsh Secretary? Kenneth Baker. Again, please, Anthony.
At number 11.
Paul, born in 1908, he died in 1990. 4 of which actors' 6 wives were Lily Palmer, Kay Kendall, Rachel Roberts and Elizabeth Harris?
Rex Harrison.
Yes, Paul, a number, please.
14.
Pam, who was the Norse explorer thought to be the first European to reach mainland North America?
Leif Erikson.
Yes, Pam. A number, please.
5.
Anna, in which Midlands city is Ye Old Trip to Jerusalem Inn, which lays claim to being the oldest public house in England?
Birmingham.
Nottingham. Again, please, Pam.
9.
Stanley, at which battle in 1485 was Richard III defeated by Henry Tudor?
Battle of Bosworth Field.
A number, please.
13.
Nick, Santa Fe is the capital of which American state?
California.
New Mexico. Again, please, Stanley.
12.
Jack, which 16th century Queen of France was the wife of Henry II and mother of Francis II, Charles IX and Henry III, all, of course, of France?
Marie Antoinette.
Catherine de Medici. Again, please, Stanley.
11.
Paul, the Dartford Bridge across the River Thames is the nearest bridge to the open sea. What is its correct name?
Dartford River Crossing.
The Queen Elizabeth II Bridge. Again, please, Stanley.
5.
Anna, in what way is the internal mail, that's the post, internal mail, of the small state of Andorra unique in Europe?
It doesn't have any stamps.
I don't really know if it has stamps or not, but I suppose...
I mean, it's free postage.
Yes, all right. Give me a number.
Number 14.
Pam, in which South Coast city port are the headquarters of the Ordnance Survey?
Southampton.
Yes, Pam, and number, please.
9, please.
Stanley, which rank in the Christian ministry takes its name from the Greek word meaning helper? Deacon. Again, please, Pam.
10.
Stephen, who is the author of the Narnia series of children's stories?
C.S. Lewis.
Number, please.
Number 5.
Anna, complete this rhyming proverb. A hedge between keeps friendship what?
Keen?
Green. Again, please, Stephen.
Number 11, please.
Paul, ichthyophobia is a fear of which creature?
Fish.
Yes. A number, please, Paul.
14.
Pam, horse racing. The Oaks is one of the 2 English classics for fillies only. Which is the other one?
The 2,000 guineas.
1,000 guineas. Again, please, Paul.
Number 10.
Stephen, in which Scottish administrative region are the towns of Galashiels, Hawick and Jedburgh?
Borders.
A number, please.
Number 14.
Pam, in which European country was there a general election in April of this year with over 11,000 candidates representing 116 different parties, including one called the Party of Love?
West Germany.
I don't think so. Italy. There you are, 12 down, 3 to go, and after the break, Anthony Martin from Kirby on Merseyside, Stephen Morris from Willesden Green in London, and Paul Ruddick from Frome in Somerset will be here for the final. I think it will be worth your while being here with us.
The 3 surviving contestants in today's 15-to-1 final are Anthony Martin, a librarian from Kirby in Merseyside, Stephen Morris, a solicitor from Willesden Green in London, and Paul Ruddick, a fireman from Frome in Somerset.
Thank you. Welcome back. Anthony, Steve and Paul, fingers on the buzzers. Greek mythology. The name, please, of the mythical creature that sprang from the blood of the slain Gorgon Medusa. Anthony?
Pegasus.
What's the connection between Andy Roxburgh in Scotland, Jack Charlton in the Republic of Ireland? Stephen?
The managers of the national football teams.
Yes, I needn't go on. The Congo Free State was renamed the Belgian Congo in 1908, Congo in 1961. What name did the country adopt in 1971? Anthony?
Zaire.
The American Museum of Immigration is contained in the base of which famous landmark? Stephen?
The Statue of Liberty.
Famous people. T.E. the soldier, D.H. the novelist. The surname, please, Anthony.
Lawrence.
The choice is yours. Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Paul.
Sometimes abbreviated on prescriptions as UNG, U-N-G, unguentum is the Latin name for what?
A lotion, something to be rubbed in.
No, the answer is ointment. Lotions are something different. Anthony, question or nominate?
Nominate Paul.
Paul, television comedy. Dear John, Just Good Friends, Only Fools and Horses. The scriptwriter, please.
No idea.
John Sullivan. Anthony, please.
I'll nominate Stephen.
Stephen, what do Mr. Jimmy Knapp, Mr. John Edmonds and Mr. Bill Jordan do for a living?
They're all union leaders.
Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Anthony.
Anthony, according to the Christmas Carol, on which saint's day did King Wenceslas take food and drink to a peasant?
St. Stephen's Day.
Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Stephen.
Stephen, classical music, Elgar, the Enigma variations. How many variations?
20.
14. Again, please.
I'll nominate Paul.
This is television, Channel 4. Who on Channel 4 hosts both his own chat show and an ad-lib comedy programme?
Clive Anderson.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Anthony.
Anthony, and what, for want of a better expression, is Clive Anderson's proper job when he's not appearing on television?
He's a barrister.
Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Stephen.
The so-called First Triumvirate in Rome, formed in 60 BC, comprised Julius Caesar and 2 others. Either of those 2, please.
Anthony.
Crassus and Pompey. Anthony?
I'll nominate Paul.
The name, please, of one of the members of the so-called Second Triumvirate, formed to rule Rome in 43 BC.
Julius.
No, Mark Antony, Lepidus and Octavian. Anthony, please. Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Stephen, films. His first major film is the one for which he will always be remembered. His second was The Magnificent Ambersons, made in 1942. Who's that?
Orson Welles.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
The name, please, of the German Chancellor. Helmut Kohl. Stephen, question or nominate?
Nominate.
The name, please, of the South African soldier and Prime Minister who was a member of the British Cabinet from June 1917 to January 1919.
Smuts.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Stephen, the 18th century novels, Joseph Andrews and Tom Jones, the author.
Henry Fielding.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
What important medical advance was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928?
Penicillin.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Shakespeare. The play, Hamlet. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest. Knew who?
Yorick.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Springfield is the capital of which American state?
Illinois.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Currency. Where will you find the words Decus et Tutamen?
On the edge of a pound coin.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Folk songs. Who went to sea with silver buckles on his knee?
Bobby Shafto.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Stephen, which European country gained its independence from the Netherlands in 1831?
Belgium.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
What does a Cooper make?
Barrels.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Who was created the Earl of Avon in 1961?
Anthony Eden.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Which high prerogative court was abolished in London in 1641?
A Star Chamber.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Labour's 4 consecutive general election defeats. Neil Kinnock lost them the last 2. Which 2 leaders led them in 1979 and 83?
James Callaghan and Michael Foot.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Art and painting. Cypress trees featured frequently in the paintings done when he was living in Arles in the south of France during the late 19th century. Which Dutch artist?
Van Gogh.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Which South American country was discovered and claimed by the Portuguese explorer Pedro Alvares Cabral in 1500?
Brazil.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
In which town is Essex University based?
Colchester.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Roald Dahl's book, the BFG. What does the abbreviation in the title stand for?
Big Friendly Giant.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
The full title of R.D. Blackmore's novel Lorna Doone, a romance of where?
Exmoor.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Look at this. What do 2 vertical arrows pointing in opposite directions indicate inside a red triangle?
Two-way traffic.
Yes, 2-way traffic ahead. Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Botany. What is the grey-green-leaved alpine plant Leontopodium alpinum belonging to the daisy family, more commonly known as?
Edelweiss.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Which major European river flows through the capital cities Vienna, Budapest and Belgrade?
The Danube.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Who was the subject of James Boswell's famous 18th century biography?
Dr. Johnson.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
The bees, the hornets, the seagulls and the owls in Brentford, Watford, Brighton and Sheffield are the nicknames of what?
Football teams.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
In ancient Greece, what sort of races took place in a hippodrome?
Horse races.
Question or nominate?
Nominate.
Medicine. Astigmatism is a condition affecting what?
The eye.
Stephen, I can't believe that with a score of 162, you will not be in tomorrow's grand final. My commiserations.
Thank you.
I think I should remind you that we have a rule on 15 to 1, that if you are a runner-up with a score that would otherwise have given you a place in the grand final, we'll offer you a place again next season. I promise this, you will not be in the same programme as Anthony. Anthony, what can I say, except I'll see you in the grand final tomorrow. Well done. That was the best finish we could have had to the series before the grand final. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:20 for the grand final, please. Don't tune in at 4:30. You'll have missed round 1. See you then.